when it come down to the whole New Orleans situation and it come down to Katrina itself, I remember in 2005 when it went down, and I didn't even understand the magnitude of this. I couldn't understand the magnitude of this. You talking about, was it 20 years ago? I'm like 19, 20 years old. Mm-hmm. My life is completely different. Yo, me watching it 20 years later and me understanding the magnitude of this, it makes me like wonder about all the older people, the artists that never really spoke up. Besides Kanye. Because when Kanye said that, you know, he got the backlash for it.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Mm-hmm. Watching that in real time right now was just like, if you don't say that, that's a problem. Yeah. If he didn't say that, that would have been a problem for me.
Yeah.
And what's the problem for me now is that, like, yo, nobody really, none of the major artists really spoke up during that time or really gave the detailing of how bad it was in that Superdome, how bad it was in New Orleans.
In a country that, you know, at the drop of a dime could send billions to another country. You know, we can go to the moon. We could do sonar and travel to the bottom of the ocean. We can clone people. We could clone animals. We can do all these things. But you can't save your own when they're in a dying need. Bush just flew over the state. And that was it, you know, until he was really called out. Then they tried to, you know, put things into action, but those people were left for dead. I can't respect the government. I can't respect our country for that. You know, we talk all this, you know, patriotic shit, all this, oh, America, America. You had thousands of Americans stranded there, and where was the uproar? Where was their concern? You know, shout out to Sean Penn. I know he was somebody that was out there. Brad Pitt, he was somebody that was out there. There were people that took it upon themselves to go down to New Orleans and to help our Americans, right? And then after a while,
Say that one more time.
Americans, and then after a while, we're calling these Americans refugees. How the fuck is an American a refugee because they were left stranded in New Orleans and now they're trying to find other places to live and function, and you calling them a refugee? Like how dare you? You know, it's a lot of nasty work, bro. A lot of nasty work, man.